All right, the New Orleans Saints are going to play the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. It'll be the debut of the Kellen Moore era. A little disappointing news on Friday as we learned that Trevor Penning and Chase Young will be unavailable. They're out for New Orleans. So it'll be Dylan Radins at left guard. We're going to see more of Cam Jordan at defensive end on Sunday against Arizona. I've given my thoughts a lot on this team throughout the offseason, and I'm going to be very consistent. I think the front line, there are still very good front line players on this team. Eric McCoy is a very good center. Alvin Kamara, although approaching 31, it can still be a productive back when healthy. I think Olave and Shaheed are very good NFL receivers. I don't think any is the caliber of a CeeDee Lamb or a Jamar Chase or anything of that, like a legit number one or Pro Bowl wide receiver, but they're very good NFL starting receivers. Demario Davis is 36, but he's still a tackling machine. Justin Reed is a starting safety in the NFL. You've got some talent there. I think adding Devon Gottschall at nose tackle in Brandon Staley's defense is significant. I would love it if Chase Young were healthy and playing in this game. My point is, there are some good frontline starters for New Orleans. What they lack is depth, and they certainly lack any elite talent on either side of the ball where you look at someone and say, that guy's a Pro Bowler, or that guy's an All-Pro. I don't know that this team has a Pro Bowler or an All-Pro. You look at every objective metric all offseason, the Saints have the lowest rated roster, the lowest graded roster, lowest ceiling, worst odds to win the Super Bowl, worst odds to win the... It's just... Everything objective tells you this is just not a good enough roster to be able to compete in the NFL. But it's the NFL, and teams still win games. Mm-hmm. And the Saints are at home. There's going to be tons of emotion, and I don't know how great Arizona is. Jonathan Gannon coming in as his first year in Arizona. They won 4 games last year. They won 8. Kyler Murray is fully back from the injury. They got just around 500 now. Is this the year where they take the step forward? I think that'll be fascinating. I think for me, where this game tilts is the fact that I don't believe the Saints in their secondary, if it's Kool-Aid McKinstry, Isaac Yiadom, Alontae Taylor, whoever's playing corner, I don't think they can run with these Arizona wide receivers. I think that is the real differentiator in this game. I don't know that Kool-Aid McKinstry is a legit number one, and if you're telling me he's got to go lock down Marvin Harrison Jr., I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, Arizona's got a tight end that was 1,100-yard receiver a season ago. There's just not enough on the Saints defensively in the secondary to be able to limit this Arizona passing game. And then you flip it over and you say, is Spencer Rattler capable of going blow for blow against that offense? And I just don't think that's the case. It's a little jarring to see Arizona, which has the 3rd best odds to win their division, coming into New Orleans as nearly a touchdown favorite. I mean, that it is indicative of what the expectation is for this New Orleans Saints team, which is not very good. So I don't think this goes well for New Orleans. I don't like Kellen Moore in his first ever game with what he's got at quarterback trying to go out and win. It's a 6.5-point line. I just don't know that I see New Orleans even putting forth much of an offensive effort in this ball game. So I like Arizona to win. I think Arizona wins and covers in this ball game. I think you're talking about like a 27-13, 27-17 type game. I think Arizona wins and actually wins comfortably in this game.
You said something. It is the NFL, and they're all pros, and they're good players. I was having this discussion last week. Football, as you know, is the ultimate team game. Although the Saints don't have that one player that you're talking about, if the players that they have are in the right positions, I don't care if the DBs can't run with the wide receivers. Make sure the safety's in the right spot. Listen, if everybody does what they're supposed to be doing and they're positioned in the right spot, yes, you can still win games. And Arizona's not the team, in my opinion, that can blow them off the field. Give me the Saints here. A lot of emotion. Kellen Moore's going to have these guys ready to play, and I think they're going to shock the world game 1 right here.
I don't know that I would say that's shocking the world, because you're talking about 2 teams that are probably not even going to be playoff teams. But it would be a significant look. If you're a 6.5-point dog and you win the game outright, that would be a pretty significant upset in week 1. I just don't know how I can look at this matchup and give the Saints any advantage on the field. I mean, where, like,
their advantage has to be in the coaching booth.
But it's just, I mean, these 2 teams played a couple of years ago in Arizona, and the Cardinals put up 42 points on them.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was when you had Tyrann Mathieu, and you had Marshawn Lattimore, and you had a healthy, competent football team. It's just.
But you didn't have Kellen Moore.
And man, listen, I know. Listen, I'm going to pick against the Saints a lot this year, and I think everybody is going to have to get used to hearing me do that. And to be honest with you, but I also have said all off season, I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to come back on a Monday and rail this team for losing games, because I don't think they're going to win many games this year. This might be the worst team in the NFL. Like the Saints, the Jets, I mean, the Browns are kind of always in contention there, but I mean, at least Joe Flacco is a proven starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he's a former Super Bowl MVP. He's 40 years old, but at least he's been there.
Yeah, he's a guy.
He can manage the thing. But I'm not going to sit here and yell and scream the way I have in the past, because in the past there was a realistic expectation of winning, and you let that opportunity get away from you because of how you mismanaged the organization. The Saints and Mickey Loomis did not want to reset this thing. It was not their objective, was to go on a full rebuild. But when Derek Carr retired, it forced them into this. I mean, your option was, do we go find a Band-Aid at quarterback, or do we just rebuild? I mean, the New Orleans Saints have the least amount of money, a percentage of their salary cap invested in the quarterback position than any other team in the NFL. That's not surprising.
Right.
I mean, you got two guys on rookie deals, neither of which were first-round picks. So when you look at a graph of the money and the percentage of your salary cap invested in your roster, the New Orleans Saints are at the literally 32nd. The most important position in team sports. There is no team in the NFL that has invested less right now in that position than the New Orleans Saints. I just cannot believe this team is going to be competitive or win anything. But that's okay, because in a rebuild, you have to understand that's where you are. So what I want to see from this team is progress. I want to see if Kool-Aid McKinstry is capable of being a number one corner in the NFL. I want to see if a guy like Danny Stutzman could potentially be, he's been great in preseason, but Sundays for real are a different thing. Can he be the heir apparent to 36-year-old Demario Davis? Is Kendre Miller finally ready to be a productive NFL back who can maybe replace Alvin Kamara? Did you draft your franchise left tackle in Kelvin Banks? It seems like he was awesome in preseason. Let's see what that looks like this year. Like, what if you have your bookend tackles for the next decade? Great. You see what I'm like? Are you building these foundational pieces around which then you say, okay, that's solidified for the next half decade. Now let's draft to fill in, and let's address in free agency as our cap is reset. Like, those are the types of things that I'm looking for this year, more so than wins and losses, because I'm realistic enough to know this team isn't going to win a lot of games. I got the Cardinals. Let's say 27-17, something like that. I think the Cardinals win and cover Sunday in the Dome. And Mr. The Right in the upset of the century.
Yeah, I'm going for the Saints.
Is going with the Saints.
We got this one. Who dat?
Did we just do like a role reversal? Is that what happened?
Yep.
All of a sudden, you're a big Saints homer guy?
I'm a big Kellen Moore guy.
Did you mean Ellen Moore?
Kellen?
Ellen?
Ellen Moore. I'm a big Kellen Moore guy.
Ellen? Ellen Moore?
And then what's his name's the OC?
What's his name?
What's the guy's name?
Doug Nussmeier.
Yeah, Doug.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.